some serious stuff, she didn't play. So he knew, okay, there's no sense in both of us being like the
hard heads
in that situation.
Gotcha.
They'll take turns.
Gotcha.
Right? Depending on who it is or whatever, they'll take turns. Name two that I had on the list. And
I got four. I didn't. Two. But you go. Let me hear your five.
All right. Well, I had those two: Uncle Phil, Cliff.
You have to rank it though. Number one.
Well, I had Uncle Phil as number. See, that's the thing with these. They can lists change depending on the mood and what I recently. You know, if I've watched someone recently, they can move on the list. You know what I mean? Because right. But on here, yes, I had Uncle Phil as one because, right, he was to me he was well rounded, right? Because he can yell at you, but then he would also apologize for it. Like if he was wrong, he will apologize to you. And there's some parents who wouldn't do that. They'll find a way to just, you know, but turn it on you. That's still like, you know, if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have been mad. I shouldn't have got mad. But if you didn't think, but he didn't really do that, right? And if he needs to snap for you, he would snap on you. Like
that's a good point. Back, right? That actually played more into his career on the show because his job on the show was he was a judge.
Yes.
Was he not?
Yeah, he was he was a lawyer, and then I think he ended up becoming a judge. Yeah.
So when you talk about him being fair, he kind of brought that occupational role into the household. So that was a good point.
Right, and like I said, Cliff, I have him 4 here, but he could make number 3. Cliff. Okay. Right? Yep. So number 2 on my list, who I had. Mind you, I know there's a bunch that I'm probably missing, but at the time I made the list, these was ones that came to my head. You ever? Oh yeah, you did. You just don't like the wife.
Who?
In real life.
Who?
It's okay.
What? No, say it.
My wife and kids.
My wife and kids?
Yeah. Damon Wayans.
Oh.
Michael Kyle. Listen, you gotta watch it. Take it in, right? As a TV dad, there's jokes because like you get the jokes and this like he's the dad that doesn't just yell at you. Like he teaches you a freaking lesson. Sometimes he'll go overboard with the lessons, right? Like it's not just the simple, okay. Like there was one where he had a piece of pie in the fridge. The kids had a game they were playing. And the daughter had to eat the pie in front of his face while he was sleeping. Now he woke up. It's just halftime pie because at halftime of the game he likes to eat it. He goes to get it. He wants to get it. He does, and it's not there. So he's asking them, "Who ate my pie?" He's asking everyone who ate my pie. All the kids are no, you didn't do it because you're sticking together. No. So instead of just like, all right, you're all punished. My man made them eat pie. Bought whole bunches of pie, full pies, and made them eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner until someone was ready to confess. Right?
That's a good lesson to learn.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I know it's for TV, but it's like sometimes maybe that's what you need to do, right? Because if you yell all the time, eventually they get used to the yelling. They figure out a way to cope with the yelling, right? So you gotta like even with serious stuff, he's always trying to find a way. All right. The Michael Kyle signature lesson. That's what he would do. So that's why I have him on there. I like him too. Smart guy.
Okay.
Floyd Henderson.
Okay.
I like the way he dealt with stuff. He was a realist too, right?
Honorable mention, yeah.
He was about the education and stuff. Obviously, in that time in the 90s, everything was education. Now it might be a little different because we know how schools are, right? And what they teach and then what they don't teach and what they should be. Well, back then, it was, especially being a black family and stuff, right? School, get your education, right? So he was about that, but he was still able to understand what the kids were going through. He was still young himself, kind of, right? I just like the way he dealt with the family and certain situations and stuff like that. So I give him his props, you know what I mean? He doesn't get mentioned a lot in the TV father category, so I gave him that.
I got a question for you. You're sitting out of all the shows, out of all the dads that you picked, if you had to pick one show to actually sit down with your kids, with your son or your daughter, and you felt was a good show to learn family lessons from.
Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show. Okay. Okay. So that's a show that teaches you a lot about morals, respect, love, family. So if you had to pick anyone, it would be that one. Okay.
Sorry, my fifth.
My
fifth was Fred Sanford.
Fred Sanford?
Yeah.
From Sanford and Sons?
Yeah.
Okay. Good pick. Good pick. I don't think any of those anybody could have
there are
any
choices.
argument with.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, even though we're saying to rank it, you can go, any one of those could be one. All of them could be one.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really a 1 to 5. Just for
I think like with Cosby Show, it's because they weren't poor, right? You know, the typical poor family. Because a lot of those shows were like that, right? Like, you know, let me not say all of them. Because Jefferson's, he wasn't really poor. He had money, right?